On Twitter, I'm at Tweeter Stewart, TWEETERSTEWART. Very often I will be tweeting these articles as I find them, and then when it comes to the Smart Speakers Daily, a few days later, riffing from, reading from, and reviewing them, I always link to the source of the articles. The source I mention as part of the audio. You can also go to the smartspeakers.com/links, which will take you to the source of the article, and also there the link is in the show notes as well. Talking about the differences with child speech as opposed to adult speech and the problems that voice tech has potentially in understanding the way children talk, not just the pitch of their voice but also their grammatical construction as well, because children over enunciate words, or sometimes not enough. They elongate certain syllables, they punctuate each word as they think aloud, or they skip some words entirely, just miss them out. It can be very, very choppy. Their speech patterns are really different from adults. So that when you're working out, when you're developing your speech, your voice understanding technology, you're very much working on your understanding of speech from a human adult rather than a child. And as I said previously, it's difficult to get an adult to behave like a child so you can put your systems to the test. It's also difficult to get a child to act like a child in those kind of lab or test facilities and situations, of course. And as adults, we've learned how to best interact with these devices, how to elicit the very best response. I spoke, didn't I, about a month or so ago, about ways that as adults we have to rephrase certain questions or commands to voice tech so it reacts in the desired way. I mentioned the example that I've got. I want to play the radio station LBC, and I'll say to Alexa, Alexa, play LBC, and she will say back to me, do you want to play LBC? Well, yeah, just play it. You know, why are you repeating back my question? So I've had to work out that I have to say to her, Alexa, play LBC London, and then she does, which is rather odd. Another example we had was someone that couldn't play an album by a particular artist. They had to ask their voice assistant to play one specific track, and then as soon as that track was playing, they could then stop it playing and ask for other tracks to be shuffled from that album. Yeah, so we have ways of working around. So as adults, we've got ways of we've learned how to interact with these devices to get the very best response. We straighten ourselves up, we formulate the request in our heads, we work out what we want to say ahead of time. We modify it based on learned behaviour. We speak our requests out loud. We take a deep breath. We start off with the right key word. Kids simply blurt out their kind of unthought out requests, as if their voice tech was a human being, and they'd be able to work out from the different clues in a collection of words what it was that the child was actually after. And more often than not, of course, they get an erroneous response from the voice tech. How does that make the child feel afterwards? We'll touch on that tomorrow, as this really great article continues. I've loved reading it, really have. And reading from it and riffing it and reviewing it for you, read it ahead of time. TechCrunch.com.
Part of the Briefcast.fm network.